Hi, Kristen here with thebossysauce.com, your one-stop hub for HR professionals and entrepreneurs and pretty much anyone looking for ways to ease their lives at work and home. Today we're going to be reviewing the Wholier multivitamins and the Ritual multivitamins and doing a comparison of the two because you can't be well in your lives at work until you are holistically well, right? So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about my experience with both of these vitamins. I'm going to give you a basic rundown first, and then I'm going to go into a deep dive in the nutrition and the nutrients involved in each one. We're actually going to go into a complete overview. So the big basics are both of these multivitamins are vegan. However, Wholier is branded as a vegan vitamin. It's really intended for plant-based people. However, I do think that Ritual is also kind of sub-branded that way, if you will, because they're looking to kind of fill in the gaps of a healthy diet, and you can't really fill in the gaps unless you are leaning with vegetables first. So even if you do eat meat, you're still going to need to have a good amount of vegetables and nutritious foods in your diet. So I think that's more the route Ritual takes. Wholier has one vitamin for all genders and all ages. Ritual has 9 different multivitamins depending on age and gender needs. So they've really curated the experience depending on the gender and the needs that each person might have. Both are using very high quality ingredients, and both are priced pretty close to one another. So at the posting of this video in mid-2023, the Wholier is posting their price at $29 a month if you subscribe and $39 if you don't subscribe. You can cancel anytime if you are a subscriber. Ritual ranges from $33 a month to $39 a month, depending on if you're getting the prenatal, the postnatal, or if you're getting one of the 18 plus vitamins. The 18 plus or the 50 plus do tend to run a little bit lower. Both require you to take 2 capsules a day. That's both Wholier and Ritual. And they both smell really good, either like mint or lemon. Actually, Ritual has an option for both of those. So some people don't like mint and some people love mint, and some people, I guess there are some people that don't like lemon too, but lemon seems to be less controversial. And both offer the lemon option. Both brands have the same beadlet in vegan omega-3 algae oil. Even though Ritual claims that it's patented, I'm not sure how that works. I'll leave that up to them to figure out. But they are very similar in how they're structured and how they look, actually. So let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of the ingredients and the quality and kind of go over those nutrients now. We have on the left, we have the Essential Woman 18 plus. On the right side, we have the Men's 18 plus. Both of those are the Ritual. And then in the center, we have the Wholier, which again, they only have one option. So that covers all genders, all ages for Wholier. So let's go ahead and do a nitty-gritty comparison. Our Ritual Men's has 180 micrograms of vitamin A. Ritual, both the women's and the men have 30 milligrams of magnesium and 0.7 milligrams of boron. As far as Wholier goes, within those 3 things that I mentioned just now, Wholier does not include those. Both Ritual vitamins have 6.7 milligrams of vitamin E. Wholier does not have any vitamin E. Both Rituals also have 50 micrograms of D3. Wholier has 20 micrograms of algae-based D3. So all it is algae-based with Wholier. It is, I might be pronouncing this wrong, but lichen or lichen based with Ritual. Again, probably pronouncing it wrong. In either case, it is completely vegan for both Ritual and Wholier. Again, both vitamins, no matter which way you go, are completely vegan. And moving on, folate. Both use a slightly different version of methylated B12. If you ever see it referred to as B12 and then right after, or folic acid, and then right after any version, methyl, and then a big long word, or methylfolate or methyl anything, that means that it is the easier to absorb version of those. And so back in the 1950s, what we started doing is adding a whole bunch of these really just kind of fake versions of folate to foods, and it was in the form of folic acid, thinking that it was a really great way to get folic acid into people's diets. We learned later that some people can't absorb these nutrients, and actually it can build up into their bodies, and it's not very healthy. And if you want more information on this, there's actually a gene mutation called the MTHFR gene mutation. And a high amount of the population, if you have any European descent at all, can't really absorb nutrients unless they're methylated. So methyl forms of vitamins are really important for them to have. If you've ever done a 23andMe there or Ancestry.com or gotten your DNA, you can access the raw data, find it out for yourself if you have this gene mutation. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and include a link down below if you want to learn more about that. But either way, both of these vitamins include the correct types. They just include different kinds of methylated. Wholier, they're using 150 micrograms, but it looks like it's over 6,000% of daily value. But like Ritual Woman's is using 1,000 micrograms, but it's a 250% daily value. So it's really, really hard to compare what that means because they're using two different types of methylated folate. So Wholier has 11 milligrams of iron, and Ritual Woman's has 8 milligrams of iron, and Ritual Men's has none. It might be that men just don't need as much iron as women do, and Wholier only has one vitamin, so that could be the reason why. Iodine, they get it from kelp when in Wholier. Now, it looks like Ritual is not including iodine, but Wholier is. And the reason for that is because Wholier is really targeting the vegan or plant-based diet. And if you're not eating meat, you're likely not getting iodine, or at least not a lot of it. And it can cause goiters and stuff if you don't have enough of that. And so again, really essential to be making sure you're getting enough. Wholier has 11 milligrams of zinc, and Ritual Men's has 2.4 milligrams. Ritual Woman's doesn't have any. Not sure why that is. Selenium is also unique to Wholier with 55 micrograms. Omega-3 comes in the form of algae in all cases. Wholier has a total of 225 milligrams with 150 milligrams of DHA and 75 milligrams of EPA. Ritual has more, however, with 330 milligrams. I'm not in both cases, but I'm unsure what delineation is DHA and EPA. It's not really stated on their website. Wholier has, when it comes to vitamin K, Wholier has 90 micrograms, and so does Ritual, both men and women. So they finally agree on something at the very end, right? Now let's go ahead and kind of give you an idea of what the pills look like. This is the Ritual vitamin right here. It's in the bead lid. It looks very, I don't know if you've seen it in the commercials, but, and you know, the beads slide around just a little bit. The oil inside is pretty thick. It really is. It's pretty thick. Smells like mint. I've gotten the mint ones. I believe that the lemon ones are newer. The beads are white. I mean, I don't know if it really matters. And Wholier, the beads are more green. The liquid is definitely more liquidy. It moves around a lot more, which means the beads move around a lot more. Other than that, they're pretty much the same thing. They're about the same size. I mean, really, they look really pretty comparable. They are definitely sister products. So how do I feel taking both of them? I feel good. I do notice when I get more folate, I do tend to feel better. So I usually take more an additional one. I know with Wholier, it includes at least one that has a higher daily value of my needs. I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling better, either one. It sounds kind of silly, but sometimes when I have both, I'll take one of each instead of taking two of one. Because I don't know, it's like I'm missing some with one and some with the other. Feels like I'm covering more terrain. I think that one of the questions that people are kind of wondering is like, well, I look at other vitamins out there and they seem to cover more of a span of nutrients. Well, so one of the questions I'd like to answer with that is, well, yes, that is true. The past with vitamins, and even with a lot of higher end vitamins now, is this idea of like bombing you with vitamins, right? They would just like, okay, you need vitamin B, we're gonna give you vitamin B, and your pee would be really yellow and everything. And now the idea is we want to give you what you need and curate it to that, and we're going to give you higher quality nutrients. So that's what this experience about Ritual and Wholier is all about. Do I like one more than the other? I think that I mean, I don't really know. I think that sometimes I wish that one had some nutrients, and sometimes I wish the other one had other nutrients. So I wish they would just both fill in a little bit more of those gaps. But other than that, I can't imagine going to another vitamin because outside of these two, at least, because they both seem to be really caring about the methyl aspect, which is really important. A lot of other vitamins might methylate or some vitamins and nutrients, but not other. And they might chelate, which chelate is also another type of nutrient absorption that's really important. Some nutrients, but not others. And that's another thing I've noticed is other high-end vitamins they will kind of skimp in some areas and not others. And I feel like that's not what Wholier and Ritual are doing. They might just skip out on having a nutrient versus actually making it the cheaper version. So that's one thing that I do like is they're doing research and they're like, well, if you can, we believe that people don't actually need this nutrient with the diet that they're eating. So we'd rather not put it in. And then instead of giving them like a cheaper version of it and including it. As far as the environmental aspect goes of these products, Wholier seems to be kind of winning that. They ship in a glass bottle that's reusable. And the only part of this experience that is plastic is the lid. We can't really get around that. And the shipments on the subscription come in these packets. And they don't feel like they are compostable, but they are. So I read this on the back. It says, this refill pack is made from certified compostable films. And it says, open pack, refill bottle, compost pack. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now, Ritual sends a new shipment in a new plastic bottle every month. I mean, I recycle my bottles. Still, though, I think I'm kind of a fan of what Ritual's doing. Sorry, what Wholier is doing here. I think it's a small move in the right direction. All these little tiny maneuvers that companies can make really seem to add up. If you want to give Ritual products a try, including their vitamins, probiotics, and skin supplements, go ahead and click the link below for at least 20% off of your first order. Ritual. I'll also include the link to Wholier below, as well as my full review of Ritual vitamins, where I talk about the MTHFR gene mutation. So go ahead and click those links below. The top link will be the discount for Ritual, which will be 20%. So go ahead and enjoy that discount, and don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Always your champion. Bye for now.